Today on NI, your guide to Nigerian life around the world. Every year, many Nigerians go abroad in an endeavor to start a new life. Today, at an arts exhibition in the US, we'll get a few tips on how to be a successful Nigerian professional in the Western world.
They have to understand the way Oyiboma works.
Around the world, Nigeria is known as a major oil-producing country. But do we have anything else to offer? Is there anything else valuable lurking beneath our soil? Sickle cell anemia is a disease that is peculiar to the black race. Nigeria is the most populous black nation, thus the hardest hit by this disease. There's a ray of hope, though. This condition can be managed, and patients can live long, productive lives.
So it's not the only condition that is not curable, but it's a condition that can be managed.
We have positive news from NSCC.
It's time for Nigeria International.
Welcome to Nigeria International, the TV show for Nigerians around the world. My name is Muma G, and today we are at the magnificent Waka restaurant. Just in case you're looking for that mama's cooking, make you just do Waka, the Go Waka restaurant. There is something about looking at a wonderfully painted picture or a well skillfully sculpted image that leaves me inspired. Even more are the Nigerians, highly talented Nigerians, who organize and showcase their art in an art exhibition in the United States.
Here we are at the Center for Independent Artists in Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA, at an exhibition tagged Visual Collaborative. Ade Olufeko is the founder of the Visual Collaborative, the network of artists who are exhibiting their work today. These are accomplished professionals whose works are being admired here on the world stage. How can other Nigerians excel in their chosen professions abroad?
They have to understand the way Oyiboma works. You have to walk in, study the system, go to conferences, don't be scared, go to exhibitions, stand out, say what you do, and yeah, you have to get on and get the word out, but you have to understand the system. When you go to Rome, you have to act like the Romans. When you go to Nigeria or more, you better know how to handle it in the echo.
Ade is also the founder of a studio called Ade Avenue.
The avenue came from Allen Avenue in Nigeria, and that place projected the future, and it's also it was built over time. And Ade Avenue is basically a network of different companies, different talented people, a vision, and it takes a while to build.
Tolu Olumide is also displaying her works today. Does her culture influence her work in any way?
Yes, definitely. I mean, some of my series, some of my work does tend to explore cultural themes. The music and culture art form that I have explores music from 5 different countries, music from here, African American music, gospel, soca, juju, which is from Nigeria, salsa, which is over here. And so definitely I do tend to incorporate my own culture into what I'm doing.
Ade also had a hand in organizing this exhibition. He tells us what was done to put it all together.
Well, I mean, putting this event together and being a part of it was really tough. We're talking about 24/7 sleepless nights, covering all bases, making a few mistakes here and there, and knowing that you have to have a solid team to back you. And it's all about trust and knowing that someone's going to yell at you and you're going to lash out at somebody else too. And it's all good.
It's intriguing to know that an art exhibition demands its fair share of work. Why did Ade get involved?
Well, as an African, as a Nigerian, to show that Nigerian has some untapped resources and talent scattered around the world.
You can agree with him that talents abound at home and abroad. From under the bridges of Lagos to various display centers in the country, talented artists are demanding to be noticed. Tolu Lumide has some advice to give to fellow Nigerian artists aiming to break into the international arena.
I would say it will help to just continue to stay true to, whatever it is that they're exploring, to their own style. If it's African or if it's the medium they're using is what really brings their work out, and they should stay true to that.
We reckon that her advice applies to any Nigerian hoping to excel either at home or abroad.
Mrs. Maja could do me.
It's been now.
I don't know. I don't know it.
Oluchi.
Oh, that is the beautiful Agbari Darego.
Sickle cell disorder is a condition that affects people descending from Africa and other tropical countries. Nigeria has the highest population of sickle cell patients in the world. Every year, an average of 150,000 children are born with the illness in Nigeria. It is a condition we cannot afford to ignore. Professor Olu Akinyanju is the founder and chairman of the Sickle Cell Foundation of Nigeria. He has done extensive work and research on the subject and is co-author of the book, How to Live with Sickle Cell Disorder. In the course of his work, he realized that a proper facility should be available for sickle cell patients in Nigeria.
When I came back from England and I was working in Luthi, I just noticed that in the area I happened to be working in, there were lots of, I was working in hematology, and that's blood disorders, many blood disorders, and I found there was no particular clinic for sickle cell. So we started it in 1998.
The center provides patients with treatment, counseling, and free drugs. Now, many Nigerian sicklers can live longer, healthier lives.
You could live with sickle cell. So it's not the only condition that is not curable, but it's a condition that can be managed. People are getting older and older. The oldest Nigerian is 76 years old with sickle cell.
Professor Akinyanju's expertise has attracted recognition from the World Health Organization. It is hoped that through him, the National Sickle Cell Center will become a WHO-accredited facility. This will attract proper funding and international experts to the center for research.
And if we get that designation, because we're doing this sort of standard of work and we agree with them, that we could be training people from all over Africa for them, for example. So it's not something anyone should take for granted. It's just like a badge of approval given to somebody.
To accomplish this feat, construction work on the center needs to be completed. Corporate bodies and generous individuals have been supporting the project, but a lot more needs to be done.
We hope then to be finished in 2 years. It could have been finished in 2 years, but the funds were not sufficient. So we used the funds to reach roofing level, and then we got stuck. We want to collect money from who we might call ordinary Nigerians. Those are extraordinary Nigerians. They could go on our website, sicklecellfoundation.com, and they get on, and they'll see how to pay, where to pay to, where bank accounts are.
The fact that Nigeria has the highest number of sickle cell patients in the world means that we must take up the challenge of addressing this illness. The success of the National Sickle Cell Center will put Nigeria at the forefront of sickle cell treatment and research in Africa, as well as bring hope to thousands of Nigerians.
I'm not sure about 4 or 5.
I don't know.
The Tiger won the belt in the middleweight and light heavyweight division, while Hogambasi controlled in the featherweight.
Let's say like 6.
3.
I know about 3.
and I will be right back. Welcome back to NI.
Around the world, Nigeria is known as a major oil producing nation. Global oil prices are directly affected by events or activities happening in this country. Hey, but hang on a minute. Do we also have other natural resources of same value? Or better still, any equally precious gem?
If you're one of those people who appreciates fine jewelry, then you'll know that rare gems can cost a fortune. But did you know that some of the gemstones used in jewelry and beads are found naturally in Nigeria? And I visited Mr. Bankole Akinrele to learn more about precious gems in Nigeria. He is the managing director of Crystal Carts, the first Nigerian-owned laboratory where precious and semi-precious stones are sorted, cut, and polished. Bankole was introduced to gemstones through a foreign friend.
10 years ago, I was in London then, and I had a good friend of mine, a Jewish chap, Mr. Samuel Raphaelov, and he was telling me that there were quite a lot of gemstones that existed in Nigeria, which was being exported to various countries, but principally Germany, in Europe. And he asked me to try and make some inquiries.
Through that friend, he learned how to identify good quality stones that were in demand. He eventually became a middleman between Nigerian miners and foreign buyers. A trip to a buyer in England, however, opened his eyes to a lucrative aspect of the business.
When I got there after about a week, and I went to go and see him, and I realized that he had cut and polished some of these stones. And I think it was an amethyst at the time, and I looked at the cost at which he was buying them and the cost at which he was selling them. And that's more or less told me that, well, if you're going to be in this business, you should be in the cutting side of the business as opposed to the mining for the raw materials. At least I know as of that time that the margins was probably in excess of 100%. Which was basically from raw material to finished product.
Bankole decided to go fully into the precious gems business. He approached the Center for Development of Enterprise, CDE, an international business development agency for support and training. To access the quantity and location of Nigerian gemstones, a 10-day audit was carried out in Nigeria by a geologist from the International Mining Consultancy. From this audit, it was confirmed that Nigeria has over 24 different precious stones and semi-precious stones.
You have emeralds in Plateau, former Plateau, now Nasarawa. Then you have the tourmalines you have in Oyo State, across the Middle Belt, Nasarawa, Plateau States, Kaduna State. Nigeria is very well known for aquamarine.
Well-cut and polished stones attract a good price in the international market.
Now this is an agate. This goes for 4,000 naira. Here you have amethyst. This will go at around about 3,000 naira. Spessartite garnet. The size is between 1 and 4 carats. It retails for $200 per carat. But in the size of 4 to 20 carats can retail for as much as $750 to $900 per carat.
Nigeria stands to gain more if the stones are cut and polished locally before being exported, rather than the common practice of exporting rough, uncut stones.
By establishing lapidaries, first of all, you're creating jobs, you're creating wealth, you're adding value, and then that multiplier effect would also affect the economy.
He believes that government should properly regulate the solid mineral sector in order to maximize the gains from those resources.
If you really want to see the development of this industry in terms of mining, in terms of adding value, Nigeria has to give serious attention to the question of whether or not we should allow our gemstones to be exported in their rough state.
This month, we'll find out from you those that positively affect your life the most. We are inviting you to nominate the company that is the best corporate citizen in your view. Have you been impressed by the way a particular company operates? Or maybe you've even benefited directly from a generous act of corporate giving. Simply text PC, the company's name, to 33570. That is PC space the company's name to 33570. Alternatively, you can send an email to pc@nigeriainternational.com or visit our website at nigeriainternational.com.
In conjunction with The Guardian, Business World, and Castles. Check these publications for regular updates.
How you day to Biodo in Lincoln? I want to say to Kike Bawoni, Kike in Dublin, Yomi, Ekpeleo, our one be by, our cool in be by. Adenika King, we're saying hello to you. How you day? Bola Bawoni, Ekpele, Bola in London, Akin Latin Nigeria. Our okay in Nigeria, I'm glad you be by. Akonika shouts, Kaso hello, see Ekpele.
I want to say hello or Eden food to my kids, Tiola and Fedora in Uyo in Nigeria, and my friends, my cousins, my cousin's wife, KG, and the kids, and Ime in London. I wish them all the best. I miss them so much, and I hope they are doing well. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Regard to my wife, my Austrian wife, Daniela Solomon, and my son, Ikenna, and my daughter, Namaka. And also regard to my friend in London, Okay, Benedict, and also my good friend, Robert Simon, also in London, and Mr. Dennis Ode in Manchester.
Just want to say hello to my friends in the UK, Rolly, Fumi, Bolaji, and my friends in America and all over the world. Take care and have a nice evening.
I want to say how you did. How na day? Don't say some of them I want to see. All the same, I want to say hello to my family members, friends, and fans all around the world. Thank God for Nigeria International, though. I know soon they hear me. I hope soon I do well. Bye-bye.
That answer should go to, should we say, the eastern part of Nigeria?
Abeokuta.
Not just.
In fact, I know somewhere in Abuja that's located, maybe I don't know.
That's in Anambra State.
It should be Jos in Northern State.
Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I did. I love being with you. And until we see you next time, same time, same station, go around, come around.